All right, folks. So this is currently the cheapest 12th gen full size ATX motherboard I believe that I could find. There is a cheaper B660M, right, for micro ATX, but it's in my opinion limited, and I really don't like anything other than the full size ATX motherboards. So I'm going to go ahead and give you an overview of this, tell you what I like, tell you what I don't. Where does it compete with some of the other 12th gen motherboards? What are you giving up with this motherboard? Let's go ahead and go to ASUS's website. All right. So right off the bat, I mean, yeah, it's going to support 12th gen. Some of these definitely will support 18th gen because it says on there LGA 1800, and I said 18th gen. I meant 13th gen. Sorry. There may be a BIOS update. Most likely will be required. So let's look at the tech specs. Blah blah blah. Right? Intel Core, Pentium, Celeron. It'll include the overclockable chips, but you're not going to be able to overclock them. Once again, Turbo Boost 2.0, 3.0. Chipset is H670. 4 RAM slots, right? 32 max 32 times 4 is 128 max RAM. This one will support up to currently 5066 megahertz RAM. Now, does that mean that it might not go higher than that? BIOS update could push that higher. That's the way those kind of things go. It'll have Intel's not so wonderful XMP in it. Now, those of you that buy a CPU that doesn't end in an F or have an F in it, you will be able to use this motherboard with its integrated graphics to the CPU. If it has an F, you're going to need a graphics card, right? Nothing in here about 8K, which is interesting. So that's kind of a detractor if you were going to run, basic 8K monitor without a graphics card. Okay, expansion slots. Nothing in here about PCIe 5.0. So that's one thing you're giving up for the future. 4.0 is the best. Now even the cheapest, if I can find it, cheapest Z690, which isn't much more, I believe, folks, has PCIe 5.0. Yeah. So is it worth it? This motherboard, you could for $20 more get something that aesthetically looks about the same, but be able to make use of even the K-type chips. Now you could stick a K-type chip in here, 1200, 12600K, 12700K, 12900K in here, but you're going to lose some performance over the Z690. Now the M.2s, these are Gen 4, all right. Some of the motherboards, the more expensive ones, are Gen 5, which, as far as I know, isn't out there. And then, all these USB standard stuff. Now, this will give you the additional, I think it's in the picture, 1x8 and 1x4. So, not that you'd use that for extreme overclocking, but you could adjust your power limits to unlimited and be less likely to deal with power limits, power limit throttling. Okay, so they don't have any pictures there, and down below we have these. So, if you're familiar with other Asus Prime, and we've had quite a few Asus Prime motherboards on my channels. This doesn't jump out at you as like something outstanding, something new. Um, you know, pretty much look all the same, right? It's only when you're familiar with the different features that you realize, oh, this is improvement. So there's some nice things about this, and we'll look at this picture because it's pretty good. Now, this one does have only the 1x8, so that another negative, right? If you're going to buy an i7, i9, you might want to really unlock the power limits, and not as capable of the 1x8. DDR4, like we said, that is not as good as some of the motherboards that have DDR5. The M.2s, you know, Gen 4. Pretty much, you know, things that jump out of me, they have the dual USB 3.2 headers. This is good if your case has, say, 4 USB 3.0s on it. You're going to need that. I love the fact all these 600 series motherboards probably have at least 3 M.2s, at least the full-size ones. Now, SATAs, looks like there's 4, 2 here, 2 there. This should be the front case connectors over here. USB 2.0s right there. RGB stuff, addressable in there. And then somewhere over here, probably this guy is the HD audio. Ability to have 3 full-size graphics cards in here. These days, as big as some of them are, though, good luck, you know, getting more than 2 on here. Graphics card wise, though, limited to PCIe 4.0, so this is not forward thinking, right? And all this stuff, the connectors, pretty much what you expect, right? It is good they have a Type-C in this one. But yeah, folks, that's pretty much the overview. Nothing spectacular about this motherboard. Would I recommend it? I don't think I can, folks. I really don't. You know, somebody that's bought a lot of Asus, ASRock, Gigabyte, MSI motherboards. I mean, we're talking in the hundreds. This is just not that exciting for the price. You know, yeah, I believe Asus is better quality than ASRock, but if I go over to the ASRock, this guy right here, you know, I can overclock the chip. I've got PCIe 5.0. You know, M.2's all the same thing, Gen 4. And most of the other stuff on here is the same, but I've got more CPUs that I can enjoy with this, okay? So, I can't recommend this motherboard. Hey, thanks for checking out the video. Please like, please subscribe. Thank you.